Welcome to tonight's ImPossible conversation. I'm your host, Suki. ImPossible conversation. Sha- ImPossible conversation is all about ordinary people sharing their extraordinary stories. Tonight, my guest is Mary Kettle, and she's a life coach. And we are supposed to do our live yesterday, but I had some technical difficulties, so we are doing it today instead. So I hope you are going to enjoy it. And hi, Les, how are you doing? Hope your bank holiday weekend is really good and you enjoying it. Supposed to do a live yesterday and couldn't do it because in the Lake District.
Hello.
But hello.
Hello.
I think it's a little bit loud in my end.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm brilliant, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much because, like, postponing today's interview.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, and because obviously it was yesterday and we're doing it today, I'm sure that people will jump in.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
So, how are you doing? Could you introduce yourself to our viewers, and then some people, I'm sure they will catch it
Yep,
up on a replay.
I'm Mary Kettle. I'm going to be talking about my childhood, and I'm a CP life accredited life coach. Yeah, part of the coach world as well.
Right, okay.
Yep.
So how come all this life coaching started with you?
It was after we started at the Elite Network. Yeah. I didn't have much confidence or anything until I started at the Elite Network. Yeah.
And you joined there with your husband as well, don't you?
Yes,
Peter, which I interviewed like a few months back.
Yes, it's about 16 months ago now. Yep.
So what did you learn from there, and then why did you want to change your life, and where do you want to be?
We wanted to change our lifestyle due to my childhood has been absolutely horrendous.
Okay. So why is it now?
Pardon?
Why is it now you've decided, like, what's triggered you to change your lifestyle and change your mindset and do better?
I've basically grown up with very low self-esteem, no confidence, and I really hated myself.
Okay. And is that because was there any reason, or was it like a family life, or?
Basically, I'm going to make awareness of this. There's many women out there that have got the same problem as me. I was sexually abused at 3-year-old, and this carried on for about 10 years.
Okay. So, okay, so was it like family member, and you want to raise an awareness about it, and then like other people talk about it, and then help and support other young people, children.
I'm looking to help and support people that have been through the same thing. I mean, I was abused by my grandfather. Yeah.
And was there any help around at that time, or?
At that time, you couldn't speak about it. If you tried to speak about it, it was pushed under the carpet. People didn't like speaking about it. But I've managed to sort of come out and tell people about what's happened to me now.
It's very, very brave thing to do, Mary.
It is, yes. 2 years ago, I would never have told anybody about this. Yeah.
And now, based on your story, what are you trying to bring up? What's the, because you share your story, and what other things you want to
do? I want to bring out the awareness of this, help people who have been hiding this as well. There's bound to be many women out there that have been hiding this throughout the years that they've grown up. Many women that have never spoke about it. I mean, I know I'm not the only one. I myself do not look at myself as a victim. I'm a survivor. I have learned to forgive myself now. And that's the main thing, to learn to love myself again.
So, like, what made you think about it now, and like, what triggered you, like, to be this brave to come out and talk about it openly to people?
One night at the Elite Network, I actually won a coaching session with one of the coaches. And through the deep coaching session that he gave me, it has made me realise that I can stand up and speak about this.
Yeah, and are you going to create maybe like a group or support group, or what's the plan? How are you going to help the other people?
Well, myself and Pete were actually speaking to somebody about the possibility of setting up a support group for these women. I mean, it's not just women, there's men out there that have been abused as well. Yep.
So which area it's going to be, and then
we haven't actually thought about that. Yeah, we haven't thought about that yet. I think what we would do is start in the northwest and branch out from then. Yeah.
Right, okay, so you actually started speaking publicly about it.
Yes, I actually spoke publicly for the first time. It's the first time I've ever spoke publicly, was at Coach of the World on the 14th of May. Yeah.
So it's just like a couple of weeks back now, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's like, have you got, what was the reception like? Did you get lots of support and help?
There was a few people at that meeting, a lot of people, and they spoke to me afterwards and said how they were very proud of how I stood up and spoke about it. Said how I inspired them for doing what I've done. Yeah.
Excellent. So is that like what drives you to help other people?
It is, yes. It definitely, it drives me to help other people. If people are sitting there suffering, they shouldn't be.
Okay, so what do you think they should do to come over this adversity?
Yeah. I mean, if we can work around to get support groups together, we will, and hopefully get people to come to these support groups where we can help them.
Is there none of this type of support group, or is there some of them, or is there like too many people, or is there, or maybe even people just silent about it?
Yeah. On the statistics that I found through researching this, there's only 19.7% of women that have come forward and been registered as being sexually abused as a child. Yeah. And there's only 7.9% of men registered as being abused.
So that means it's kind of a very silent thing, and the people just suffering inside.
Yeah. There's not a lot of people registered as being abused at all. It's not being recorded.
Right, okay. So like, have you spoken to the police, or like different, is that just you guys going to create some movement, or is there Are you going to bring in some forces into it, and like police and?
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, we have got a woman that we're going to be speaking to arrange the meeting, so hopefully she'll be able to help us discuss how we're going to do it. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then also, despite that, you do lots of other things to help people, don't you?
Yes, we do. We're also looking at helping people over 40 that feel like they're stuck in a rut. People that don't know where they want to go to for their future. We're looking at that because, I mean, if me and Pete can do it in our 50s and improve our lifestyle and improve our self all over, then we can help other people do it as well.
So why did you specify the age 40?
Me and Pete sat down and talked about it, and we thought, well, we're sort of in our 50s, so if we go for people sort of round about our age and make them realise that there is something there for them, there is a future.
Right,
you're never
because
too
you
old
resonate. Sorry, because you resonate with them more because you walked the walk and talking the talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you changing your lifestyle yourself in your 50s, and then therefore because you're doing it in 50s, the 40s, it's really doable, isn't it?
Yep. It is. I mean, in our opinion, you're never too old to learn. Yep.
And do you want to talk more about how you got into this coaching world? Because
we started off, it'll be a year past in January, we started doing the Elite Network, and I found that my confidence in that was building up in the Elite Network. We went to a couple of the different meetings, like the personal development meetings and that. We went to them. Practically from the start, we met Arnold Buren, and Arnold has basically been coaching us over the year. Arnold's just an absolute fantastic guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because he's a part of this Elite, they Coach the World movement.
Arnold is actually
movement, or is it?
Yeah, Arnold is actually the president of Coach the World. He's the founder. Well, himself and Jesse over in America are the founders of Coach the World.
All right. How many different countries is this Coach the World thing? Do you want to talk about it a bit more, just to?
Yeah, Coach the World it started in America. It's not long started in the UK. At the present moment in the UK, they're in Manchester, they're in Liverpool, they're in Hull, Gloucester, and Stoke-on-Trent.
Right. Okay. And what usually happens at the Coach the World meetings?
The meetings there
I've never been.
Yeah, they're there to help coaches and mentors to produce better lives. The likes of us, Ronald's going to be actually coaching us to be able to, and training us to be able to coach coaches as well.
Right, I see. Yeah. So you're going to coach coaches.
Yeah, Arnold's going to be training us up to.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Arnold's going to be training us up to do that. You can also learn different languages through it. There is a free coaching website that you can sign up to as well. Coach the World website, you can sign up to that free and advertise your business through that. Yeah.
So, what do you think? Who is coaching for, in your opinion?
Pardon?
Who is coaching for, in your opinion?
Who is coaching?
Yeah, who is coaching for? Is it like for everybody? Would you say like everybody and you have to have a coach, or do you have to be like certain situation to have a coach?
No,
what would you recommend?
You could actually go onto this website, and if you search through and found somebody that you felt would help you, you could actually take them on. You send them a message and they reply to you within 3 days.
Right, okay. So is it
Yep.
absolutely anything you would like to learn? Even like
Um,
maybe even playing piano, is it? Or
yep.
is it like
You've got
that type
coaches
of?
on there that would learn you different languages. You've
Mm-hmm.
got actors and actresses on there that just talk
Mm-hmm.
about their acting business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's all sorts on there. There's guitar playing. There's all sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just like a life coaching.
No, no, no. It's not just for life
Mm-hmm.
coaches. No.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Because I personally know you, Mary, because we've met when in Newcastle when I very first
Yes.
joined
Uh-huh.
in Elite.
Yep.
But because I know like how far you come in a 1 year.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
You've been
Yeah.
training, doing lots of courses, training and doing lots of different routines.
Yep.
And
Uh-huh.
could you tell us your journey throughout this personal development world?
We've done the life coaching courses through Udemy.
Mm-hmm.
I've also done the life coaching diploma through the Skills Academy.
Mm-hmm.
I've done the NLP course through Udemy,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Mm-hmm.
is the NLP's general course. And I've also done the NLP Master's course through Udemy.
Mm-hmm.
But myself and Pete have also said we will go through the NLP courses with Will as well through the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he does lots of different courses nowadays, doesn't he?
he does. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And like, what's your daily routine like? Are you doing that 5 o'clock thing like lots of people do, and then have been like
No,
very efficient and effective following your
I don't.
dreams?
No,
Uh-huh.
I don't do the 5 o'clock morning. I'm
Mm-hmm.
up sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning. I
Okay.
do my kettlebell swings before I sort of go downstairs in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I do my meditation. I usually have my shower before I go downstairs and have my breakfast, and then I go out and see a friend that I've been sort of coaching
Mm-hmm.
on a freebie. So I go out and
Yep.
see her and work with her. And then I come home and I start studying on there. And we also work to get the coaches on.
Mm-hmm. So you're
Yeah.
still studying?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
It keeps the brain awake.
Yes. So, like, generally, where would you like to be in 10 years' time? And what's your big goal and dream? And
10 years' time, would like to be out of this place. Our big goal and dream is to build our own house and move into our own house.
mm-hmm.
To have a successful coaching business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
and
for
what
Pete to,
success? Uh-huh.
pardon? And for
Say
Pete
that
to
again.
retire from his everyday job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what is success to you? It's kind of very interesting question because
It
people
is,
all
yes.
have different
It
definitions.
is. Success to us is to sort of, I'm not sure how to put it. It'd be to achieve what we want to
Mm-hmm.
achieve. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really admire you guys because it's like you two doing all this together
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
both of you working on the same business and
Yep.
building it
Uh-huh.
from a scratch, and both of you do public speaking, and
Yes. Uh-huh.
is that right, you both of you doing as well that, what you call it, the coach the world as well, don't you?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually we're coach members of the IFFMC, which
Oh,
is the IFFMC is the International Federation for Coaches and Mentors, and this is Arnold's part of things as well.
yeah. I
Yeah.
got a few comments saying, Arnold saying you and Peter are both an amazing couple. Rebecca says you are both doing so amazing and a fabulous team.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So you started your coaching business, and
Yep.
then you're still developing yourself to go further, and you got like that big dream.
Yes, we have. Yes,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because then that's just within the last 15, 16 months, isn't it?
It's just through the last sort of 16 months, yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was the life like? What was the life like before, like 5 years ago?
The life 5 years ago is we wouldn't do much sort of to develop ourselves. We
Mm-hmm.
sat and we watched TV, EastEnders and Emmerdale and all that was our highlight
Mm-hmm.
for the night.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it's completely changed now, isn't it?
It is, yes. I can't
Uh-huh.
remember the last time I watched the soaps.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
them soaps, I think they just like 30, 40 years old, aren't they?
they are. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
because people watch it,
Uh-huh.
they just still continue going
Yep.
and going. Yeah. And
Yep.
I remember Peter was saying, talking about all these mindsets and stuff, and he
Yes.
was
Uh-huh.
advising your grandson, or was it granddaughter, about,
Grandson. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
to giving him some examples of how strong he can be.
Yeah, it's both of
And
them. We actually speak to
mhm,
both of them about how they can achieve anything they want. We tell them that they are awesome. We've got our granddaughter saying continually that she's
mhm,
awesome. Yep.
mhm.
Yeah.
And it's all this home environment
It's
would
it
definitely,
is. Yeah.
uh-huh, yeah.
Yep.
And we've got Rebecca saying giving up TV is so liberating. Been
It
five
is.
years for me. Yeah. I've
Yes.
only given up TV just like probably like 15, 16 months
All right.
now. And yeah, it's
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, it's loads of time consuming, isn't it?
It is. I mean, we will still watch TV. We'll watch the sort of positive things on Netflix and
Uh-huh.
Tony Robinson, things like that. We'll
All
watch
right, okay.
that. And we
Uh-huh.
do a lot on YouTube with the motivational videos.
Uh-huh. Who's your
Yep.
favorite?
I think I like Les Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Excellent. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really good, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite quote of him?
I'm not sure. I mean, there's quite a
There's
few of
just
them.
so many, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. But I mean, I like the way he goes on. I love the way he's straightforward with people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And he's got
And
such a contagious laugh as well.
show us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just watch this, because we all, I'm sure, like Arnold and Rebecca and Linda, lots of
Yeah.
people know like how fabulous couple you two are,
Uh-huh.
and together you are just very, very strong team. But I just wanted to find out about you a bit more.
Oh
So
yes.
what's
Uh-huh.
your so what's your favorite movie, for example, and why is that?
My favourite movie, I would say, is An Officer and a Gentleman.
All right. The
Yeah.
reason being?
I don't know. I could watch that film over and over again. I could.
Uh-huh.
It's just I'm a right one for sort of romantic films.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So what do you enjoy doing on in your free time?
In my free time, I used to be one for cross stitching, but since I've started studying and that, I don't do it so much.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, cross stitching is quite nice, isn't it? Because my
It
mom
is.
used to do it,
Yeah.
And you can create like huge, lots
Yeah.
of different animals and different things. It's like you
Oh,
could do
yes.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just follow them little things. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be your perfect present at Christmas time, or maybe even birthday?
Anything to do with Michael Kors. I love Michael Kors stuff.
Oh, do you?
Yes. I do.
Right. Okay. So, and the Pity always does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. And
Mm-hmm.
then what book are you in the middle of? Because I know you guys always read.
The book I'm reading at the moment is Annick Single's book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading that one just now, Escape.
Right.
Which is that one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's the new one, yeah? Escape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent.
Yeah.
I've got a question from Rebecca. What's your perfect day like? What is your perfect day?
My perfect day is a busy day. When I'm out and about doing the coaching, doing the studying. If I'm not busy, I'm not sort of satisfied. I've got to be on the go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can create yourself busy, don't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Make yourself busy, yeah.
Yes.
Doing different things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you enjoy, like, did you do much on this bank holiday weekend? Still studying?
No, we sort of had a relaxing weekend. We worked on the car because there's a few little jobs need done in the car. So we worked on the car. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, because I've just seen the Rebecca's, the previous message saying, like, people over 40 years old, yay. And which, yeah, because people, they've I don't know, I'm not sure about life coaches, but business coaches, and there are lots of coaches and mentors.
Yes.
They target like businesses and help them to develop their business ideas and help them to, like, mainly business area. But
Yes.
then you're doing the life coaching for over 40s, is that right?
Yes.
That's kind of your unique selling point.
Yes, sort of transformational coach to help them transform their life. Yeah.
So what technique would you use? Is it like your unique own kettle coaching type of thing?
Not really. We'll just help them sort of realize their beliefs, help them sort of aim towards their goals, to achieve their goals, to basically transform their life into a better life, make them realize that there is a desired state in front of them. Yeah.
Okay, so because I remember, like, long time ago, you were offering some was it like meetup, or was there like initial consultation? Is it like quite regular for this coaching businesses?
Pete had put out that he had 5 spaces available for free coaching. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just giving your time to help people.
Yeah.
To get better in different aspects of their life.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And then could you tell me about like more coaching aspect of your business? Because I know lots of people kind of specialize in different areas, maybe like relationship or career or I don't know, health. But because when you say life coaching, it is quite general. So are you going to cover them all, or?
I think basically, yes, we would cover them all. We've actually gone through Bark and we've gone through Bidvine as well, and we get people that come through them. So, I mean, Bark's been putting through a lot of counselling ones to us, which is no use, because counselling's a different matter altogether.
Is it? What's the difference?
Counselling is a regulated business, whereas the coaching is not regulated.
Okay.
Yep.
And which bit is regulated?
With counselling, you have to go through years of training for it.
Yeah. But the coaching, you also have different trainings and make sure
you
you're
do.
up to date. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in a regulation wise, is counselling, is it like more NHS related or?
I think, the counselling would be more NHS, it's I think with the counselling they have to deal with deeper matters.
Right, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I've just remembered because Peter was saying you would talk to people, and then if it's really deep issue, you could just recommend or to somebody else.
What we do is our first session we give free to make sure we are actually suited to that client. If we're not suited to that client, then we could pass them on to a client that they would be suited to.
Yeah, because
pass them on to a coach. Yeah.
It's compatibility as well, isn't it?
Well, this is it. If you can't work with a client because you can't help them, there may be a coach there that you know that might be available to help them. Yeah.
So, do you actually have your own coach or mentor?
Yes, we do.
That help you out,
Yeah.
And is it like a business coach?
Our coach mentor that helps us out, and he has done for about a year, is Arnold Buren.
Yeah. Right, and so like helping you to set up your own business.
He's been helping us, yeah.
So you made lots of tweaks here and there, and now you've got this successful coaching business.
Yeah, it'll be more successful. We'll get there. It's on early stages at the moment. It's slow, but we'll get there.
And you also started speaking in public and raising awareness of what you've been going through, and and asking other people to speak up.
Yes.
And share their stories.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid.
No. I mean, through that, I've got one of my friends that have come forward and told me that she suffered the same thing from about the same age. I've asked her to come and speak to me, but she won't come and speak to me yet. But I'll give her time. She will eventually. I mean, the fact that she's come out and said it's happened to her is the first step for her to come out and say it.
Yeah, and then you are going to help other people who experienced similar issues, and then obviously like help them to be more confident in their lives.
Oh yes.
And just leave the past behind and just move forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Your past does not define your future. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's very heavy subject, but what you're doing is incredibly, it's just absolutely amazing, and you're just coming out and sharing your story.
Yes.
And I'm sure like loads of people are quite private about it. And
they are, yes.
I really admire you for doing this, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. This is it. Exactly. And I mean, myself and Pete have been talking, and we are thinking about possibly starting up the catalogue business again, so we'll get started with that, yeah. And of course, through that, I'll be able to get to more people with all my customers through that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So all good. You got these big plans and everything's working out fine because you know where you're going.
Oh yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're kept busy. We've got several meetings we go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we actually keep ourselves busy now.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what would be your message for people over 40s and they're thinking, I'm kind of not really stuck, but it's just too late to change? What would
What
be your
we say
message? And
is,
especially being a woman.
what we basically say is, one, you're never too old to learn. You can achieve your dreams. We can help you sort of build up your dreams again and achieve them.
Mm-hmm.
There is a better life in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
We would also help them with to find out where the problems have come from. Just basically show them the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic. Thanks very much, Mary, for joining me today and sharing your story.
That's not a
And
problem.
loved your messages. And I'm sure you're going to do great. Share your story more and help the other people like you always do. And yeah.
Yes, not a problem. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you very much for everyone who's watching. And we'll see you next Sunday.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.